I had a client, she wasn't going through a divorce. However, someone close to her was able to relative was able to get her credentials and her information and applied for, a loan under her name.
And against her house.
Against her house into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this has been going on for probably a decade.
And she didn't know because she's a non-CFO type of person.
And the first time that she becomes aware of it is a piece of mail that they happen to open up to find out that the bank is going to start taking, steps to foreclose on her house.
Yeah, so that was the first time she knew that there were these loans in her name that she did not apply for.
That was opened at some random branch on the other side of town, which she would never go to.
Right. And had she frozen her credit, it probably wouldn't have happened.
Correct, yeah.
Right? Or she would have been notified. So usually if I apply for a credit card and all of my credit bureau things are frozen. So when I apply for a credit card and I forget to unfreeze it, the credit card company notifies me by text, email, mail, like, hey, if you want to be approved for this, you got to unfreeze it. And, if I wasn't the one to have applied for it, then I would know that something's going on.
True, yeah.
Right? So we're bringing this up right now. Yes, you want to guard against cyber criminals. And if there's a bit of a trust issue with your spouse, as there can sometimes be, right? If you want to make sure that your spouse cannot apply for credit in your name, freeze your credit.
Yeah, because by going through those, basically you're trying to control someone else ruining your credit for you. So
or making you have to pay for it, right? Yeah. So if it's your spouse opening it for you and you're still married and they take it to a fun place and spend $10,000, it might still be on you to pay.
Definitely run your credit report, have a look at all those line items there, make sure you freeze it with different credit agencies. I think something to point out on here is they're always going to try and upcharge you.
Yes.
But
yes.
The name in the free credit report, a freeze should be free. It's a law that they have to offer a freeze. But they're going to try and upsell you for various different monitoring things. Unless you really want it, you don't have to do it to get that freeze in place.
Every time I log into Experian, it automatically puts me on the page where it's like, just click this button to go into the subscription monitoring, and then there's a tiny button underneath that says, no, just get me to the credit freeze. Yeah. So find the tiny button and don't pay. Yeah. Also, with the credit report, you don't just do it once, you do it ongoing, right? So you want to keep monitoring it for changes and to make sure that there's nothing weird on there.
What's a good rule of thumb on that? Like, I've heard some people who check it like every single month for, just making sure that everything's looking good there.
Well, I know I don't proactively check it, but since I am lucky enough to have one or two credit card companies. Well? Yes, I have it frozen, but I do have a couple credit card companies that offer the credit score for free.
Yeah, you kind of get that little wheel at the bottom of your page.
You have the wheel anytime you log in to see your credit cards, and you can sign up for just notifications for any changes. So anytime there's any change in my score or someone's looked into my credit or anything, I get an email. So sign up for those; they're free.
Can I also add something? So once you're setting up these accounts and trying to reclaim control, okay? Make sure you have a hard password.
Oh my God!
Don't have a password. You were talking to a girlfriend over the weekend where it appeared maybe that their ex was able to access all their accounts and has been reading all their correspondence.
Yes. So one of my best friends went through a not amicable divorce and continues to have not amicable relationship. And I think we realized over the past few days that he must have hacked into her messaging applications, just because of something that happened. And I was like, you know what? Did you change your passwords? And she was like, oh yeah, of course I did. I was like, I bet it's like Star Wars 1 or, you know, your dog's name, Love. And she starts laughing because she said, yeah, probably it is. I was like, so if I can guess it and I'm not your ex-spouse that was with you for 20 years, what do you think? And she's like, oh, right. Okay. So please change your passwords and make it something that your spouse cannot guess.
Yeah. And look, some people say maybe as sort of a phrase, it shouldn't be any family members, kids, pets,
birth dates,
like
address.
That. Like I use a password sort of generators thing where it creates things with all special characters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Look at those. They're even free. So,
or you can think of a simple sentence and take the first letter of each word in the sentence and then add some numbers in there.
Yeah.
Right? So just don't make it, you know, my dog's name's Ollie. Ollie, love you.
Yeah.
You know, don't do that. Okay. Because it's easy to guess.
Yeah.
Easy to guess.
Sorry, I just wanted to mention that one.
Thank you.